Hey everyone, Vigilante Reviews here, and this is No Justice, number two, Justice League No Justice, number two. This is over a week old. Um, I went to the comic shop last week to get it, and they were already sold out. Uh, they sold out the day that it came out, so that was actually pretty cool because it's exciting when really any comic does that well. Um, Especially a great comic like No Justice, written by Scott Snyder, who uh, is definitely one of my favorite writers, um, especially current writer. I really uh, enjoy his books, and I am excited about his run on Justice League. I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah, this is of course a continuation of the No Justice event that is going on. I don't think there's really many tie-ins to this series. I think it's just mainly this 4-issue miniseries, but it's kind of setting up the future of the DC universe, and I've I've been enjoying it. I got issue 3 as well Thursday when I went to the comic shop, so I'm gonna get that one read probably tonight, and then do a review on it tomorrow. Um, so yeah. Anyway, we start off with Amanda Waller, and she's in the Arctic Circle, um, specifically 3 miles from the Fortress of Solitude, and she's checking something out, and then out of nowhere, Green Arrow shows up, demanding to know where the Justice League is. Um, so yeah, some cool art right there. Um, and he's got like a kind of a winter like cape cloak thing on, which is interesting too. But anyway, meanwhile on the planet Kalu, where the Justice League is, um, they're evacuating because of the Omega Titan, and of course they think that the Justice League are part of Brainiac's group because they're wearing his suits that were made by him. And the Justice League are like, no, 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 we're just here to help. Um, and every all the robots on Kalu have been programmed to destroy anything to do with Brainiac, since he was such a terrible villain. But yeah, so they sorry, they're just trying to fight him off. I just, oh my gosh, I just realized Superman's suit. That looks like a diaper. Oh my gosh, that is actually really that's really embarrassing. Who drew this? uh, Francis Manapul and Marcus Two. Oh wow, what? What is that? Uh, Batman suit is wonky too. Like, what the heck? Why does it look like his rib cage is over the rest of his abdomen? What the heck? So apparently the Justice League, the suits that Brainiac made for them don't fit very well. Um, so yeah, anyway, they're trying to fight off these robots that have been programmed to destroy them, and they figure out kind of what the whole deal is. Um, the people that are on Team Wisdom are being drawn towards the Tree of Wisdom. The people that are on Team Mystery are being drawn towards the Tree of Mystery. The people on the team of Entropy being drawn toward the Tree of Entropy, and then the team members of Team Wonder are being drawn toward the Tree of Wonder. And each tree is pulling a little bit differently. I think obviously Team Wisdom is the strongest. I think Team Wonder is the least powerful. Yeah, I'm not sure exact. exactly which ones are pulling harder or not. But anyway, depending on the strength, that's how hard the pull is. So anyway, the Justice League decide to go try to find the trees and awake them again, so that the Tree of Wonder, or I'm sorry, the Tree of Wisdom won't be so powerful and enticing to the Omega Titan. I don't really get the plan here, because, like, I mean, he's still probably going to eat the tree. I guess they're trying to make it so that the brothers can't decide which tree to eat. So if you didn't read the first one, this isn't really going to make that much sense. But basically, the Omega Titans are trying to... They're basically 4 brothers who decide who is the strongest by seeing which tree that they... So they each plant a tree, and whichever one does the best, that's how they decide who is the strongest brother and who gets to eat that planet. So yeah, I guess the Justice League are trying to make it so it's like a tie, and then they can't, Kalu is safe from being consumed by Omega Titans. So yeah, that's kind of what their plan is. Back in the Arctic, sorry, Green Arrow is still questioning Waller. Waller's like, I decided to take things into my own hands. Brainiac invaded American soil, and so she gathered the most powerful psychics, ripped every piece of data from his head, and it showed her that the entropy, or the Omega Titan of entropy, was coming to Earth to eat it. And Green Arrow was like, well, he's about to say, you could have called in, but Amanda Waller doesn't let him finish. Instead, she cuts in and is like, more superheroes? No, thank you. You all got us into this mess. I'll get us out. And then Green Arrow was like, Waller, there are no other superheroes. So it never really explains what he was going to say here, but it's like, yeah, there are no more superheroes. The ones that weren't picked for Brainiac's team, like, got put into the stasis type thing. So there's Nightwing, Aquaman, Wonder Girl, and all the others that we're not seeing in this miniseries are apparently just in a stasis, like these 3 characters. So anyway, they decide to try and wake the cosmic seed. Or no, they want to dig up Earth's dormant cosmic seed. And I guess that's just so, like, that there's no longer a seed on Earth. Which, I mean, this if you look at the trees on Kalu, we cut back to Kalu here, and you get a picture of the 4 trees. I don't know how you dig that up. That seems kind of... I guess she doesn't know what the seed looks like, because I've dug up plenty of trees, like, personally in my life, and yeah, you don't dig that up. You either use dynamite to get the stump out, like you'd cut it down with a chainsaw, and then you use dynamite to get the stump out. But I mean, I guess if that kills the seed, that's as good as getting it out, I guess. But yeah, you don't just dig up one of these trees. That's not going to happen. So anyway, yeah, this is kind of cool to see the trees. The Tree of Entropy is like growing through a prison that holds like the world, or the galaxy's most vile criminals, or at least the ones that have harmed Kalu. The Tree of Wonder, I think this is the one that's the most dead, because like Kalu is very based on wisdom, and so there's not much room for like imagination or faith or anything like that. So that's the one that's the least powerful, is Tree of Wonder. The Tree of Mystery is kind of cool. Like, you can't see what's inside it. It's got this thing wrapped around it. The Tree of Wonder is like built over, or grew over, some kind of like magic users of the past. So they're gonna try to wake the dead, I guess, which it seems kind of weird. This is like a very, like I said, kind of out there series, but it's fun. Normally I'm more of a fan of like down to earth stories, but in this case, it's fun, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, there's a Bendis Bendis commercial. So yeah, they each get into their own respective trees. They have little surprises within each of them. Here are the bottles, like what Kandor was bottled in, for those of you that know Superman lore. Here's a pretty cool spread. Although I think they got these two backwards, because this is actually number 3, this is number 4. But anyway, there's the 4 teams. This part was really cool. Lobo basically talks to Beast Boy, and Beast Boy's like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of being treated like a kid, because even though Robin is younger than Beast Boy, he's being treated with more respect and everything. And so Lobo's like, all right, well, show them that you're not a kid. Just, go beast mode. And he does. Beast Boy goes beast mode. So yeah, that's really good art right there. Good job, Francis Manapul. That sort of makes up for your weird costumes. So yeah, they continue fighting, and then the last thing that we see is they break into that prison that surrounds the Tree of Entropy, and they discover Brainiac 2.0, which is Brainiac's son. I guess his real name is Real Docs, but Brainiac called him Brainiac 2.0. So I guess he's going to kind of be the main villain of this series. Of course, besides the Omega Titans, he'll be like an actual antagonist. I'm thinking, I don't know, like I said, I haven't read number 3 yet, so I'll have to try that, or read it, and see what happens with Brainiac 2.0. But yeah, there's only 2 issues left. Again, not a whole lot has happened. Basically, it's still just explaining the teams and getting them separated. They still really haven't figured out how to defeat the Omega Titans. They kind of have a loose plan, but it's yet to be determined if it'll work or not. So, anyway, overall, a fun comic. Interesting to read. It was, interesting to see how the trees work, and to see the plan that they kind of created to try to defeat the Omega Titans. So it'll be fun to see how that plays out, and fun to see how it affects the rest of the DC universe. I hope this miniseries has kind of an impact on the DC universe. Otherwise, I probably would have just rather waited till all the new number 1s came out. But I wanted to know what was kind of what everything was coming from. And I know this comes straight out of Dark Knight's Metal, which I still need to get the trade paperback of. So yeah, I guess maybe once I read that, this will seem like a little bit more significant. But let's see, is this a recommend? Yes, it's $4. Yeah, $4. Worth it if you're a DC fan. If you're not a real big DC fan, or you don't really care about knowing the backstory to the comics that are going to be coming out, then I could say you could probably pass on this. By the second issue, there's still not a lot happening. Maybe in issues 3 and 4 more will happen, and those might be something to check out. But there's still not a whole lot going on here. And I think if you hop in after this event, once the teams get reorganized, Justice League gets a new number 1, there's a new Teen Titans team, a new Titans team. Of course, Superman is going to be getting a new number 1, and Bendis, when he takes over all of that. If you want to wait till then, I would say you could. I would say you wouldn't need to read this. But, if, like I said, you want to know exactly what's going on in the DC universe, this is it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's gonna do it for this review. If you read this, let me know what you thought. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll try to have another video out tomorrow. And I guess that's it. Bye.